Those are ones that take away from the, or they just regular glasses?
They help my eyes not get tired staring at the screen, like the blue light blocking readers, because like I said, old eyes.
I got you. I got you. All right, let me try to fix this up. All right, welcome to the Shaman Podcast, or welcome back to the Shaman Podcast. I'm your host, Shamanic Poe, aka Poe and the Rockstar. I'm here with UG Rose. I'm back here with UG Rose. We done
You,
this before. You know what I mean? We done
you
this before.
know.
Yo, UG, you know what I never asked you?
What's
Now that
that?
everybody saw the inside of my hand. You know what I never asked you? Where's that name come from? Where's the UG Rose name come from?
You, yeah, tell how much of a dork I am right now. But UG Rose is actually a play on a cartoon that I liked when I was growing up. Yu-Gi-Oh, the card game, like the
Yu-Gi-Oh? Okay, so your name came from Yu-Gi-Oh. So how
yeah.
did where'd you get UG Rose from?
Well, Rose is my mother's middle name actually, and we kind of have like this awkward relationship that reminds me of a movie called Gypsy, where the mom was like a career mom trying to get all of her kids and her little dance squad to make it big, and one of the main acts, the sister that was gonna make it, kind of ran off to be with her boo thing. She looked at her other daughter like, oh, well, I could pretty you up. I could make you a star. And so she did. But then like that just kind of like made the daughters feel like the mom never really wanted her to be out front and all this other stuff. And yeah, old movie that I like. So
Okay.
yeah.
So you relate with that music. I mean that movie. It's
A
not an
little.
old movie that you like. It's a movie that hits home with you. You
It's a
feel
movie.
a certain way. It
It's a
moves
movie
you.
that I like, but I think part of why I like it is because of a little bit of appeal, a little bit of relevance to, how you have siblings and there's always like that awkwardness between, one sibling to another. Your parent acts this way with this one and this way with that one. And yeah, so there were times where, that happened. And so I'm like, well, I can relate. So yeah, I like it and I can relate.
So what's the movie again? I'm sorry.
It's a movie called Gypsy. It's a musical. Because, like I
Okay,
said, because I'm a
so
band and chorus nerd. So,
Gypsy. Okay. I gotta see it. I never see it. So, so
Mhm.
you a band nerd.
Yeah, I'm a
What were you
band.
playing?
I'm a band and
You
chorus
clarinet.
nerd.
You look like you was playing the clarinet. Were you playing the clarinet? Oh, I'm nice with it.
Yep, clarinet,
I'm
clarinet,
nice with it.
guitar, piano was what I took on when I was in school. So how do you know freaking clarinet? That's creepy. Highly. Yeah,
See,
that's wild.
I know that because I'm a
Because you're
shaman for real. Yo, I don't. You know how it goes. Like you feel like nah. Like you don't want to sit there and be like, yeah, me, I'm the guy that's the. But I am. Like
you
I've
that
always
dude
been in
though.
situations. I've always worked at that gas station. I heard a million stories. I heard it from different people, and that's how
Mhm.
I could kind of like look. I mean, you could have been in the saxophone. You know what I mean? You could have been like, nah, I'm the drummer. I was sitting there, but something told me clarinet.
Probably because it's as uptight and pretentious as I come off as being. Stuffy ass instrument.
Oh, stop it! You saying you like Squidward?
I have my moments, man. I do. I have my moments where I'm a curmudgeon, like, yo, like, grow the fuck up. We can't keep on doing this. Stop knocking off. Everybody's like, you being a wet blanket.
That's what they tell you.
I have gotten that, yeah. But that, like, it's weird because I think that a lot of times I wanted to like cut up, but I always think like, damn, how long is it gonna take me to recover from this? So, so while everybody's all doing it, even if like I may not hate, like I'm like, y'all go ahead and do it, but I'm not. I'm not going down that road because shit, I'm gonna be fucked up for years after that. y'all recoil faster. I don't. It takes me time to get back up after I fuck up part of my life.
Right. So you are like the party pooper.
I'm not. It's weird. Like, cause there's been times where I like around people I'm comfortable with. I'm the party starter. I'm the one that's all like, yeah, let's go. No, para, sigue, all that other stuff. Like, I'm ready to go. But then there's times where I'm like, that right there looks dangerous. So y'all could do that. I'm gonna go to this party over yassa, and y'all go ahead and do what you want to do over there. So.
Right. And I'm only saying that or asking you that is because I've been the party pooper many times in my life. Like there's plenty of times it's like we could chill. We could even, all right, we got pills. All right, let's take one because everybody else is trying to take 5. And I'm like, yo, we just need one. Like, why we need 5? Yo, we need to take the most. I never took as many as I took right now. I'm about to
trying to get as high as possible now. Right? I'm like,
There's something about that I've always been like not cool with. Like the gluttony is something that I'm not cool with. Overindulging, sure, I indulge, sure, I enjoy myself. I kick it. Look, I'm drinking a beer right now. I drank one before we even started. You get what I'm saying? Like, I be chilling when I get the chance to chill. I chill. I'm not saying, yo, just sit in the corner and just be on some whack shit.
Right. Like, I'm not saying do nothing, but you can't, like, people want to go so hard that, like I said, that you have to take days or weeks to recover. I got bills to pay. I got to get up for work in the morning. People be like, yeah, I'm like, ninjas got jobs. I can't do that. So y'all can go ahead and do that if you want to. But when you wind up in a ditch, I'm about, who was I hanging out with again? You gonna feel
Right. I'm the same way. So what kind of situations have or what kind of ideas came your way, or what kind of plans was put in front of you that made you say, all right, nah, I ain't doing that? Like, what are people doing out there? What have people try to introduce you to that you were like, nah, I'm not fucking with that?
I've been around everything. I think I've been around people that have been popping pills. I've been around people who are like, beer keg or liquor bottle. Yeah, bring out the funnel. We about to do like 10 shots straight. Like, I got a sensitive liver, so my kidneys are a little weak. I can't do that. But also, on a more serious note, like, I've had people that have had drug addictions in my family. I lost a family member to opioid, overdose. So, there's like, I'm like, you know what? There's a point where it goes from having fun, it's all fun and games until somebody get hurt, and then it's not fun no more. Then all of a sudden, whatever you was trying to do is like, now it's whack, because now there's that tinge of it was abused, and damn, you heard what happened to whatchamacallit when they, was at this party, took too many pills, took too many, popped too many or whatever, smoked too much and crashed and drank too much. And yeah, I've had a lot of that happen in my life from high school on. Friends that lost their lives in all kind of accidents. Sometimes it's stupid. Like, you drank like how much? Stay your ass in one place. Like, pass out on the floor. At least you know that you're gonna get up and probably yak your brains out. You get up, you clean yourself up, you go home. Live to tell about it. People want to be going so hard they can't live to tell about how much fun they had. It's not so that it wasn't fun.
Right. And I definitely had my share of situations where I know of people that were taking pills and then they couldn't get out of the trend of taking pills. They kept taking a lot of pills. Like, I knew somebody that would take the pills like this and just open the shit up and don't even count, just throw them back and then look at me and laugh and be like, ha ha ha, and I'll be like, yo, like I got more love for you than you probably have for yourself, and I want to let you know that, yo, don't do that, or at least don't do that around me. And people that I lost that were doing that ended up, dying over overdose, or started to get into, like, they were doing opiates and shit, and then they started to get into heroin because they did so much opiates in their life that they were buying up all the opiates that they could possibly find. So then when it came down, like, it's going to come down to a bitter time where, oh shit, today I ain't got nothing. And I'm used to feeling a certain way. So there's a gap between how I usually feel, that's like overcompensating for all the bullshit in my life. Excuse me. And how I'm feeling right now. And that part right there is devastating. I know because I played all the, you know what I mean? I played almost every which way. Almost every which way. You get what I'm saying? So I
Mhm.
know, but I was a little bit more aware to be like, all right, my nigga, you can't do it 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a row. All right, you can't
Mhm.
take 6 pills in a day. You got to take one. All right, let's see if we break the pill in half. I'm the motherfucker that'll cut the pill in half. No, no, no. I want to get high, but not that high. I'm gonna
Not
cut this
that.
pill in half. You know,
Right.
like,
Right.
and
Like you're
people
not
look at
trying
me
to
like
die.
pussy. They look at me pussy. No, no, no. I'm just trying to, because it's not even about dying, UG. It's more or less about um just because of when you start taking shit, you taking shit because you don't feel good. You're not
Right.
happy with your life. You're depressed, you're anxious, whatever the fuck the case may be, traumatized, whatever, right? So if you're
Mhm.
taking the pills and you already feel shitty, now you're gonna feel a little, now you're gonna feel a
Clear.
little bit better, right? You're gonna feel nice. But when it
Right.
comes to come
That
down,
come
is when you're
down.
gonna right.
Mhm.
So what people end up doing is they live a short-sighted life. As far as I see it, it's just like what's up with right now? Fuck tomorrow. That's why we can't hold money. You know what I mean? Because things are look too pretty. Things are
Yeah.
too cute. We got to buy that. We got to buy that. You know what I mean? Or things that like everybody else got one of these. We ain't got one of these. We need to get that. We'll put the money up just to hold the value and be like, look, I got the new iPhone too. Look how
Mhm.
I'm in the mix. I'm
Yeah.
in the mix. So
Right.
it's the same idea with drugs. It's like I want to take as much as possible because I want to show other people that I'm cool, and I also want to show other people that I can take it. Other people can't take as much as I can take. You know what I mean? It becomes the same type of competition and compare, contrast with your peers as
Right.
everything else.
Yeah,
So
everybody's trying to do that. Like it's in I guess this is where I see a lot of like how the narcissistic thing is happening with us, like at least in our tendencies, because people like we don't know how to like enjoy a moment like a little bit at a time, and then okay, well, I like that, so I'm gonna do it again, and then wait, chill out, okay, I like that, I'm gonna do it again. It's like you got to go the hardest right now. You got to be the showiest, the flashiest. You got to one up whoever did 2 shots. You got to do 3 shots. They pop 2 pills. You got to pop 4 pills. Like whatever it is, it's always like the escalation of the needing to be the spectacle within the spectacle that everybody was looking at in the moment. And all right, like I said, it's like you said, it's cool for a moment, but shit, like afterward, you feel even more depressed or more sad or whatever the high was. Once that come down happens, then you're trying to take even more to get even higher than you were, and that's when you're in dangerous water. To me, that's what I've seen. So like, yeah, now
correct.
we
Cor-
partying tonight, and I don't want to feel my partying the next day. So
Correct. I feel like and even speaking from personal experience, when you start getting to a certain type of high in your life, um the come down brings you a little bit lower. So if you're not all the way there, as far as if you're still like depressed or you're still anxious about shit, when you go up, you're gonna feel so elated. You're gonna feel so great. You're gonna be like, yo, I feel great.
mhm.
Once that shit's over, you're gonna come down and you got to be able to catch yourself. And a lot of times when it comes to drugs or it comes to even fame or Instagram, which is sort of like a drug, it's the same, same thing. It is a drug. It's like
Yeah.
dopamine high,
Hmm.
so you're like, oh, I did the spectacle today. Everybody loves me today. Tomorrow, somebody's gonna come out and do something different or do it better or crazier. And there'll be a couple friends in your group. They'll be ready to shut your shit down. They'll send you that link quick. Hold that down. Hold that
Hmm.
link down to somebody else doing it bigger or better. And then
Hmm.
you're like, oh, I was great for like 4 seconds. I had 4 seconds of
I was a
fame. You know what I
legend.
mean?
You know, or like what is it, Project X or Party X, whatever that movie was. When
Project X, Project
yeah,
X.
we're
Yeah.
all dudes like, yeah, we gotta pack up the house. We want as many people there. We want all the drugs, all the liquor. We want the music. We want like, yeah, like everybody wants to do like epic shit like all the time. But I don't know, man. Like life is not always meant to be epic. There's a lot of stuff that happens when it's not epic. There are humble epic moments, quiet epic moments where it's like, wow, that was dope. Like there are times where me and my family, like I got family that smoke and we have some great epic ass conversations after we get tipsy or get lit. We're like, yo, that was a dope ass conversation.
100%. But it's not even about the moment. You know, I feel like UG, it's not about the moment, yo. Like these motherfuckers is about a moment to display for others.
Yeah.
Because I tell you, I got plenty of moments that I wish I just had a little picture for it. I wish I had a one grainy picture for that moment because I had so many fire moments. Like even though I was going through depression, I was enjoying myself. There was great times. There was fucking celebration. There was drugs and, you know, excitement and shit. And there was no pictures. No one was running around with a phone. Everybody was just chilling, partying. Like we had house party before that was like a house party performance. We had goths there. We had emo punk rock kids there. We had fucking country people there. We had rap dudes with dreads in that bitch. We had everybody was there. Right. And everybody was enjoying themselves for the most part. Like we literally had country dudes in the pickup truck in the back, just sitting outside there, like on the pickup truck, sitting on the, like, while hood dudes was inside, you know what I mean, dancing and shit to Travis Scott and shit. Like, we had these beautiful moments.
Right.
And I don't recall a picture. You know what I mean? Like, it was just, we had that moment for us. And the people
like
that I
carry it here and in here, like you take that with you. Yeah.
Forever. It ain't even on display. It don't even matter what y'all think.
Right.
This, like we had a great time. We forever have that memory where we threw that party and we had a performance and it was a whole thing. We got put on a radio station.
Just a good time.
I wish I had the picture just to be like, yo, that was crazy. I remember that. But it don't even matter. It don't even matter for me or for the people that I was with. Like, we had a great fucking time. Now the generation or now the competition or the comparison, the compare and contrast that we got within ourselves, that's also dividing ourselves. You get what I'm saying? It's a divide. It's all about the spectacle. It's all about, well, oh, look how it looks. Look how it looks. It's looking a certain way. It's looking nice. It's looking nice over here. It's not about like
everything has to be like a production. Like don't you hear? Like I know you hear all the time. Yo, it's about to be a movie. Yo, it's about to be a zoo. Like I don't know. I don't want to live in a movie. I'm cool with like life right now. Like I'm good there. I don't need it to be some big old thing where I'm trying to top it the next day. Because when I don't top it, I'm literally building a bad time into a good time. Because I know that I'm not going to be satisfied. I know that the only reason why I'm sitting here trying to record it and capture every last bit of it, and I need to Snapchat it and tweet it and Instagram it, is because I need to prove to other people how lit I am. Nah, it's cool.
And you're not lit, and you don't feel lit. Like sometimes in the spare of the moment, it could be lit. You know what I mean? And I'll pull out the phone and I'll do one of these swiping things, and I don't give a fuck what the pixel shit looks like. I don't care if you saw it like you got dizzy when you saw that shit, because I was having a moment. Look, boom. I'm not going to walk back and try to redo this shit. When I walked in, it was like this. And that's what I just pulled out my phone and said, this is what it is. Boom, I put it up. I'm not sitting here like, oh, wait, whoa, let's do it back. Let's run it again. Can we start from the beginning? Because I kind of missed your... Nah, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
You blocking this person, like whatever you got is what y'all gonna get. If I show it to anybody else, you gonna see what you're gonna see, and that's about it. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
to me. It's more about the journey. It's not about showing people your fucking journey. Like if you're gonna get fit, get fit. You know, I appreciate the people that get fit and they show online because it inspires and it motivates other people to get fit. But if you get fit or you doing whatever the hell you doing, you don't gotta show me everything every step of the way. I get that it entices other people that have become fans to be like, oh, I like that because I got to see every step of the way. But a lot of it is just showboaty. It's just, look what I'm doing. Like I'm shitting on the little guy or whatever. Or like it's not coming from a perspective of I'm trying to show you behind the curtain. So you know what I mean? Like, because if you was trying to show people behind the curtain, you wouldn't just show all the fly shit. You would show like, yo, I woke up like this. I had like 4 boogers in my eyes and one in my nose.
Right, I had drool.
And yo, what's up? We getting up today. This is the real I'm doing. But we're not doing that, right? So let's stop playing games. We showing people the progress. We show people look at the gains or whatever the fuck. Like, knock it off. Knock it off.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, no, I feel that. I definitely feel that.
Because what could come of that? If apparently, like, eventually somebody might get motivated. After you get motivated, like I saw in the mall the other day, there was one dude that was mad buff. He had his shirt up and he was buff as fuck with tattoos and shit. And the girls that I was chilling with, they were like, oh my God. And then another dude came through and he was kind of buff. He was pretty buff, but he wasn't as buff. But he was wearing a sweater. And I saw him, he looked, instead of like, feeling good about himself, because he was ripped. But the other dude was super cocky.
Super swole,
and because he was super swole, he looked at dude, the kid in the sweater looked at the other cat and was like he looked at him and we saw him look at the dude and then look at himself and was like, wait a minute. Like it was a split second, but we caught it. And the girls I was with, they were like, yo, he just checked out the other dude and compared himself. They caught it. So I was like, I wasn't the only one. I was just chilling, being quiet.
I was watching. No, that's facts. Yeah, like, but it happens everywhere now. Like, it's so funny. This is happening like amongst like guys, because usually guys, I don't give a damn. Like, I don't necessarily know what it's like. Of course, I don't know what it's like to be a man. I know like secondhand because of uncles and guy friends, and they're like, yeah, like other men don't really like occur to me. Is what I've heard other men say. Like, like another dude is in the room, I'm really only checking for him to make sure that he's no kind of threat. He's not bugging or nothing. And other than that, I don't care who's around. But now other men are doing what women do. Like, it's like when we go to the club, we ain't dressing up for men. We're dressing up to like each other. She looks stink. Them shoes don't look right. Look at her hair. Like, that's all that we do. And men is like, what are you taking so long to get ready for? Because I'll be there. There's another heifer in this club come and try to think she's gonna stunt on me. So I'm not doing it. I'm gonna stay in there until I look right.
But what is all this this girl's gonna stunt on me shit about? Does it go back to comparing?
Yeah, of course. What?
Contrasting?
Yeah, so many times that I've been to the club, like I've seen women fight or still drinks on one another because another woman looks prettier in an outfit than she does. Like when I used to go to the club more frequently, it's kind of the reason why like I never really took to like being a promoter or wanting to be on the scene all the time, because that shit gets tiring. Everybody's sitting there trying to stun. Everybody's sitting there with their phone and a drink, like, yeah, we doing it big. Yeah, you gotta be here. Yeah, we fly. We in VIP with one bottle. And all the girls, like 10 people on one bottle of wine or champagne, and all the girls are, like dressed up in such a way where like they can't even dance and they can't even have fun. They wear some super tight dress. Her hem is damn near like here of her dress, or her pants is so tight that if she drop it one more time, then thing will you can wave for it. Or got like some little itty bitty top that's covering her boobs, and all the dudes are just sitting there watching her like, yo, she jiggled one wrong way, we about to see a full nipple. Like, it's so weird. And meanwhile, all the women are just sitting there, ew, she looks snake. Ew, I don't like how she look. Ew, her shoes don't match that shirt. Or her earrings don't look right. I'm like, what did you come to the club for? I thought you come to the club when you want to dance and have a good time. It's a whole freaking production.
Well, I mean, it's like, you got to think. You come to the club you say you want to dance and you want to have a good time, but you also want attention. Mm-hmm. So if you start seeing somebody else that's possibly getting attention, like you might be looking by and be like, oh shit. Like for instance, I might look and be like, damn, that chick look alright, right? If you're in the club, you're like, all right, that chick look alright right there. What's up? Mm-hmm. And then and she's looking at another dude, and then you could, there might be things that he has qualities in, But you're not looking for that. You looking to chop them down. Like, wait a minute, my ego's in jeopardy here. I'm gonna tell him that my nigga's shoes is whack. That nigga wearing bullshit ass shoes. Look at the funny ass shoes on his feet, man. Get out of here. Go ahead with that. Go ahead with that. That's what you like, girl. That's what you like.
You
fuck out of here.
Bad corny. That's all that we do. Shit is wild. I can't stand it. I'm like, that's why I'm like, after a while, I'm like, yo, I can't do the club no more. By the time that I think I was like 20, I started going to the club when I was like 16 because I looked like a damn grown woman at 16 years old. So I'm like, yeah, I started going to the club at 16. By the time that I was like 24, 25, after I had my daughter, I'm like, I don't want to do the club no more. This is whack. Nobody does anything. All the girls just sitting there like dry humping each other on the dance floor with dudes or sitting there, like I said, flexing with each other. I'm like, this is not fun for me.
So what clubs were you going to? 16. Where were you going, Eugene? Where you think you were going? Where you think you were?
I had my moments that, while the tunnel was still the tunnel, I managed to get in. The Copacabana, Latin Quarter. Where else did we go?
And where's this at? This is in New York City or in the Bronx or in New York?
In Manhattan. A lot of the clubs were in Manhattan. Most of the good ones anyway. There's a couple that you would find like in Brooklyn or in Queens, especially some of the more hole in the wall spots. And that is actually the funny thing that I found is the smaller clubs are the clubs where people was actually getting it in. The people who really wanted to dance, the people that was doing all the wild like stuff that you would see in the videos were the people in the little clubs where there was no huge production, no fake ass red carpet wall to flex against when you come into the club. Everybody just came in. It was a line around the block, a little basement ass club where they served cheap drinks, played good music, and everybody just got it popping. Those were fun.
Yeah, the little spots. I like the spots where there's no cover charge. You can just walk up in there for 5 seconds. You be in there for like 10 minutes. But oh, this is dope. And you go next door. And you go, oh, this shit hard. You go next door again. It's just like a bar next to a bar, but they doing all types of shit. Everybody's just jamming, but nobody. It's not like $15 to get in or $35 to get in. Wait on the line, motherfucker. Be like, yo. I get to the front, be like, the ticket said 25. You get to the front, you be like, yo, 50. You be like,
hey, yo, yeah. Yo,
my ticket said 25, yo, it's 50. And you be like, damn. I guess I'm barely drinking.
Yeah, and dudes would get the rawest deal. You gotta get the rawest deal when it comes to the club because for women, it's free to get in before midnight. For men, it's 20 at the door. You gotta have a blazer. You gotta be wearing hard bottoms. You can't be wearing no sneaks, no Tims, no fitteds. Like, damn. Meanwhile, we up in the club in our flip-flops and Chinese slippers. Whatever we can put on. Some girls would just be in the club like with anything on. Like, I don't even care. And I'm like, you know what, girl? I feel you. You didn't give a shit about what you had on when you left. You just wanted to come out and party. I can relate.
Come out and party. Yeah, there's some people out there that just want to go out and dance. They don't give a fuck who they dancing with. They just dance. Like, I'm that type of person. Sometimes when I go out to the club, I'm going out, I'm drinking a little bit, and then after a while, I don't give a fuck who's watching. I don't care who else is dancing. I'm dancing. I'm enjoying myself. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people that like to just post up, and maybe they'll go up to the one girl, what's up, girl? I'm just in the middle, like, hey, nobody dancing with me. I'm just dancing by myself. I'm just hitting it by myself and shit.
Me and my friend used to be that group. That's what I said. I wish you were still in New York. If I would have known you way back then, we would have been in the club fucking it up. Because all we used to do was come into the club, wait until like a good rhythm until the when the DJ would get into that nice cool spot where like they playing like a stream of good song. Everybody's like, oh, that's my shit. Oh, that's my shit. Before you know it, everybody like, look, I don't care who's standing on the wall. It'd be me and like 3 of my homegirls in front of the mirror that they would have at the back of the club, like twerking in the mirror, like we don't care. Dude's like, damn, like sure you ain't gonna dance with me? No, we're good. We're dancing with each other. Men used to try to like dance. They were in the middle of us all the time. We're like, go away. You're throwing off the vibe. So and then men that dance. The men that dance, I used to be like, okay, now I can rock with you because you're actually here not to, get a stiffy through your jeans from dry humping a girl all night. I can respect that.
Right. And like me, not to go too much into this because we halfway through it. But I've been throwing parties. I see my mom. She came in here. Evelyn Perez. She's right there. She say what's up every now and then. Hi, ma. I love you, mama.
Mama
Um,
Shamanist.
one thing about my mom that was the realest ever. When I was 10, I wanted to throw a party because my brother was 5 years older than me. But he was already going to parties, getting grinded up by girls and shit. He took me to one party one time, and they put me on the couch and they let the girl grind up on me, and I was like 8, 9, whatever. So then I'm like, yo, I want to throw my party, yo. Like parties, what's up? Like at
Right.
10, at 10. That's why before even like you got introduced to me or you found out who I was or we met each other. All my music, most of my music was just dance music. I did a bunch of music that was dance music, but it was
Right.
like it was dance rap. But it was basically from that moment, from those eras of like growing up, actually throwing a party. I was 10 years old. I don't know if you heard me because I know my air conditioning my heating be mad loud and shit.
And
I was 10 years old. So my mom made sure that we picked up the girls. So she went to the houses of the girls. She talked to the family, was like, yo, it's good. We're gonna be in the party, it's gonna be a party. I'm gonna watch them, whatever. My mom watched, but she just took a little peek. She wasn't in the mix. She wasn't like standing around being that was one thing that she didn't want. Like, despite, flaws and everything like that, my mom was more about like, yo, this is your childhood. I want you to enjoy it. I'm gonna be in the room with your aunt, and we're gonna peek every now and then to make sure y'all not doing nothing too crazy,
too much.
but
Yeah.
have at it. It wasn't like we were drinking. It's not like we were smoking. It was like at that time
Being
it was like,
social.
yo, bring the reggae CD, bring that reggae CD with Murder She Wrote.
Yeah.
Murder,
Murder,
bring that
she
one.
wrote.
Bring that one with like 40 songs that sound the same, but they're different songs that everybody knows. Bring that CD and bring a strobe light. Get the person that got the strobe light. We're going to put the strobe light in the corner of the room. We're going to shut the lights off. And then everybody will stop being so shy. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
we 10, so we're just standing around like, what the fuck? But the strobe light came in,
Everybody was like,
and
yeah.
everybody started dancing. People was dancing on the couch. People was stepping on the couch on the futon and shit. Like, hey! Like they didn't even no one
Not
gave a
giving a
fuck.
deal.
We had a good time. It was a little funny business, but that was how I grew up. I was 10, and then I did, birthday party was like that. I did a Halloween party like that too. So, I kind of got into that shit. But
So you,
anyway,
so you spent a lot of time, like you spent a considerable amount of your musical career, like kind of like knowing what you want, the energy that you wanted to generate in a party from a young age. So that's like you kind of always look to cultivate that feeling when you are entertaining or when you're around people.
right.
So yeah, I feel that. Like so this because it makes sense, that you because that's something that you don't necessarily always pick up, but when you know that you have a love for music, it comes because you genuinely have that joy of I just like creating. I just like having a good time. I just like people feeling good around me when I'm feeling good. So yeah, I can appreciate that about you, bro.
Thank you. No, that's an honest assessment, and like that's a real like a real observation that you made of me that I didn't really think about. I do like to be I'm a people pleaser for sure, but I like to give people like, yo, I like to give people the day in court that don't talk. Like I find the person that's just weird, and he's like, yo, that's the town weirdo right there, and I'll be like, yo,
That's
what's up, man?
him.
What happened? What happened, man? What's going on, man? And
Right.
I'll play around with him. Yo, what's up, man? You want to fight? You know what I mean? I'm little. I'm short, so like I'm not really threatening in person. I mean, face is threatening, but I'm just coming through, and I'll show you like playful, like, what's up, man? You
Yeah,
want to
what's up?
fight?
What's up?
And
What's up? Yeah.
I'll shake you up a little bit, and what's up? What happened? And then eventually people will end up talking to me and telling me some shit. But I always like to keep people in those heavy, like in those good spirits, not be so heavy for the most part. Like, of course, I fell into my my depression, but most of my depression was a lot of shit that I wasn't expressing because I was so busy just pleasing everybody. I was thinking like if I just keep pleasing everybody, then I'll feel better. But I never got my shit addressed. So like one day, I just poof and I blew the fuck up because I didn't address my shit. I thought I could just tuck it in the back and be like, nah, we gonna tuck
We're not
that. We
gonna
gonna.
worry about that. Yeah.
It's not the way to go. It's not the way to go. Suppression leads to depression. So
Yes, absolutely. So I guess this is a good way to segue into what we were talking about when we were like, okay, well, we wanted to come back and do this again.
right.
Yeah, like a lot of people are there right now. We spend so much time worrying about like, okay, like right, it's the holidays. Everybody usually getting ready to turn up, go to Christmas parties and New Year's Eve parties and Noche Buena, Noche Vida, celebrations or whatever, however you particularly celebrate the holidays. But that air is it's heavy now.
Yep. Yep. Like as of your family, have y'all been affected by this COVID shit in a way that's splitting y'all up, or that it's just like some people are getting a little boundaryless?
I think people in my family, well, I did lose a family member earlier this year, and then another. So two. And then there are numerous people that I've been acquainted with that have told me, grandmother, grandfather, mother, father, sister, brother, passed. And personally speaking, my family, we are making the best of it. I think that I realized in the middle of actually trying to do Richard's accountability group, I had a moment where I think I went into like a full scale panic attack because the first time that I tried to do the accountability group and the first time that I ever wanted to make a video for my channel, I'll put it out there, but hopefully if he doesn't mind. But I actually received word that my grandmother passed away while I was talking to Richard. During the first interview that I was ever going to do. And I had a full meltdown. I swear I had a full meltdown. I'm sure you probably like, if you never saw me lose my shit, anybody who thought, oh, you're such a rational person. Absolutely not. I was out the window gone. And my family, dealt with it in pockets. Like my aunts, uncles, my mother, they went to her funeral because that's their mother. But we, the grandchildren, the cousins and whatnot, we had to kind of just watch at home on Zoom. And it was surreal. To now it's been now like in coming back to like the holiday season coming around, it definitely broke my heart. Spending like the first Thanksgiving apart from my family, not preparing, sorrel and turkey or curry chicken or whatever we wanted to cook for the holidays with my grandmother. Like the whole air of the holidays was definitely like switched. And, the family is like kind of divided into the older people who are okay with how things are going, telling everybody, oh, you need to be careful and super paranoid and whatnot. And then the young people are like, this is crazy. No matter what happened, no matter how much madness is going on in the world, the things that are kind of starting to circle around controlling people. Like my family came from the Caribbean and we're attached to the UK and London period because Parliament still runs a lot of what happens in Jamaica. And I know that my grandmother fought like hell to get out of Jamaica and get out of the weird campaigns and the fighting and the shooting that would break out whenever, anyone was campaigning for a seat in Parliament. Right. And I don't think that my grandmother would be the type to say, oh, we need to listen to just things that don't make sense sometimes, things that people won't give you more information on, that seem more relevant to controlling people's behavior than actually like ensuring that people are healthy so that we make it through this together. And so the fractionation that I see external to my family is in parts. I see it happen in family in our discussions and how we're dealing with things this year. So hopefully, next year it's just we have a better approach to things, but we're doing the best that we can to not be at each other's throats and, make up for that space in the family now. Sorry, it was a hell of a long-winded answer.
No,
but
no, I appreciate it. I appreciate it, UT. I always appreciate it. You're long-winded. answer.
My long-winded ass.
Nah, you gotta do it. You gotta do it, man. I be trying to be nice with it too when I get long-winded. Sometimes it works. I be sounding real nice off camera, but
You
I'll
gotta,
tell you.
when you channel it, you just gotta let it go. Well, don't worry about it.
Right. So you said two people passed in your family, and it was it from COVID?
With my grandmother, well, with both in both instances, we don't know because death certificates are backlogged in New York. So there are so many people that have passed that people are still waiting to actually get certificates that note the accurate cause of death. So I don't know what's going to happen when we actually get her death certificate, but you know, it's I don't know, and that's the thing where I can understand where people who are like militant about the mask and social distancing and everything. I understand the fear because it is really nerve wracking to have some scourge moving through the world that's taking people out and we don't know what it is. And I get that, but like, okay, let's keep the focus there. We need to know what this is, how we can protect ourselves from it. Is how I feel anyway. I just want to know what this is, how I can bolster my immune system against it, how I can remain healthy in these times, how I can stay out of people's way if they feel any kind of way about, the fact that I don't necessarily like the procedures that are being laid out for, our behavioral modification.
Right.
So a lot of times I stay home. I don't go out, all the time. I go out when I have to on like an as need basis, but just being out around people and watching everybody like you were joking about in the meme, looking like Mortal Kombat redirects, just seeing like mad people with masks on, it makes me nervous. I just don't like the feeling. I don't like the feeling, the coldness that I'm starting to feel from people, like just kind of like looking deadpan at somebody else and not expressive at all. People just like walking by each other like drones. It's weird, especially here in New York.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy. It's like, some people are saying it's like a soft style of fascism, like, just fascism light, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Getting us to conform and to do certain things and shit. And I just sit around and think like, what, what is coming? What is down the road? Like one thing that we got shut down for, and I don't monetize my fucking Street Shaman podcast. I can't yet, so it doesn't even matter if I'm fucking saying crazy shit that's would get me banned. It's not gonna get me banned because I'm too small. So
Right.
I'm good
Mm-hmm.
in saying whatever the fuck I want to say for the few people that want to hear it.
For now.
Right, for now. And then what? You know what I mean? It's like that type of control right there. That's not to be taken lightly. People have not realized the effects because not everybody, but the majority of us is so self-centered with whatever the fuck is going on in their life, and they should be, that they don't really see how that affects all of us. They just like, you mad because you not gonna get money. You've been getting a lot of money off the YouTube views. You mad now, so go fuck yourself. I don't care, like whatever. But the reality is, you know, these people are saying stuff and they're trying to help, and now they can't. Like, for instance, Pierre, I don't know, like he hasn't been putting up nothing really. You know what I mean? Like he's just been playing video games. Like he feels so. Literally, you silence the person that has a great mind, a
Right.
great, you know what I mean, a great way of thinking and some perspective, and came from different backgrounds that everybody hasn't been from, that everybody doesn't come from, and it could show you another part of the puzzle that you're missing.
Right.
you know
Exactly.
and people like him and others as well feel like they can't even talk, or they can't even express themselves. They can't even come out with anything because they're going to feel the backlash, because they've already built their platform, they built their fan base or their crowd on a certain demographic. And
Right.
now that they might have some more extra information for that demographic, they can't deliver that message because the outside or the opposition is basically hitting them with all this extra
All
shit.
sides. Yeah. And that's And as I said, that to me, that's the biggest thing. Like, okay, I understand that we're dealing with a very difficult situation right now, but the fact that we can't talk about things in an open and free manner because there's like approved language that can be used around certain topics, and if you're not falling into the approved language category, everything else is now like little by little just being plucked, and people are again, it's a coercion. It's a gentle coercion because no one, if to outright just say this is banned would immediately spark outrest. So it's like it's little, it's slight incremental stripping of what it is we are usually able to do on a day-to-day basis. So first it's that you gotta wear this when you go out. You gotta stay this far away from people. Then, like I said, with Thanksgiving, now it's all the way up to don't drink and you can't talk loud, don't sing, don't dance. Like, what is this? What is really going on? Because what does any of this have to do with maintaining and improving our health as a collective so that we're in a better space to handle these things? How do you say that you want us to be better, you want us to be healthy, but we're in a society where we're at a point in history where there's literally fake food. We're not eating food. We're eating food stuffs. We're eating products, food product. It's not even food. You eat it's all type of preservatives and coloring and dyes and yada, yada, yada. And
right.
Like, okay, well, if you're really worried about how well we are, stop creating and mass producing fake food and then patenting seeds. What part of mankind do we the audacity is out here in these streets strong body? Because what kind of world are we in where things that naturally occur in nature, the rain, the seeds, grass, land, the oceans, is owned by somebody? How do you own an ocean? How do you own seeds? How do you own what the earth grew? And I guess a little bit more on the Native American side of things, where I'm like, yo, we're not, the earth will go on without us. If our stupidity brings us to an end, the earth is going to be fine without us.
100%, 100%. Because it's like we're goofy. We sitting there like, oh, we own this. Like, nigga, you own shit. You about to die. And when you die, somebody else will own it. Maybe your kids for a little while. They probably get rid of it, get a couple dollars. But the reality is, we all die, and none of us really own it. It's all rented. So even if you like, I own this, but for how long? Maybe you could pass it on if the system stays the same. Because as of right now, it looks like they're gonna try to change every motherfucking thing slowly but surely. And when we say slowly, we might, in our heads, we might think, all right, 10 years slowly.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't know the math that they did with the algorithms to be like, oh, well, actually, people could change in 6 months.
Yeah. They're probably marveling at how quickly they've been able to have everybody so shook that we are hiding from each other. We are losing. We're losing our ability to resonate with one another simply because of the beliefs that are being handed down to us from the top. Like, we're the ones that are down here in these streets. You would think that I would look at another person. I don't care what race you are. I don't care what your ideologies about politics are. If you hate blank matters, you know what? I don't care. Because in my opinion, yeah, everybody does matter. So that's fine. We can agree. Right. Let's agree there on the baseline level. And therefore, if everybody matters, then none of us should be dying like this. None of us should be fighting each other like this. What sense? How sensical is the argument of, okay, well, all lives matter, but I don't care. Those people right there die. Those people could get it because they're not listening to the government. What? What? Last time that I checked, we came here to this country, these divided states of America now, because we wanted to get away from oppressive regimes clamping down on us when we decided to believe something different, when we wanted more information, when we wanted our God-given liberties to do as we please, as long as we're not infringing upon anybody else. We're not destroying property. We're not destroying anybody else's, livelihoods, well-being. We're not doing any of that. All we're asking for is, again, proper information and the means to find out how can we get through this together. Not, well, these people deserve to be locked up because they're not listening. That's what it's turning into. And those people deserve to be in the cuckoo house because, well, they're the ones that are listening to the madness. And everybody's arguing. And all I'm hearing is, you know what? I'm afraid. and anybody who I can aggress upon to get the angst out, I'm going to. So I'm gonna let off on anybody. Anybody and their mama can get it. The kids can get it. And that's what really frightens me, is the fact that we are doing all this in front of children. What the hell is the future gonna look like with the children watching us act like freaking animals? That's my biggest concern.
They're gonna learn that we all animals. They're gonna learn that the world is not full of adults and children.
Yeah,
A lot of motherfuckers are still children. And I'm speaking again. I speak from experience. I'm a child. I'm getting a little bit. I feel like a little bit matured now. But I honestly, like where I'm at right now, I feel like I'm a 19-year-old kid.
Mm-hmm.
Most of my 20s, I felt like a teenager.
Right.
I was in bars and shit, and I would be like, I'm in here, but I don't know if I should really be in here. I'm in here kind of like sneakily, even though I was way old enough to fucking walk in the door with my real ID, because that's how much we've been infantilized in our culture. Everybody, like, we got 20-year-old kids, and I was one of those kids. Now, like, when I was one of those kids, it was a small fraction. It was the scene emo kids. That when they see shit, the anime kids, they'll see shit. Oh my God, I love that so much. It's so great. Now it's everybody. Now it's like not everybody, but it's at a mass scale. It don't matter what music you listen to. It's just because we were into that because we were the first on the internet.
Yeah.
We were big on the internet. We weren't just getting on there putting up shit. We were the first to be stuck on that.
Yeah. Yeah. That was our first means of like exploring cultures that were beyond us, because we don't have bread like that unless you were born wealthy. You didn't have the money to go on, a semester from high school overseas. I didn't even have that opportunity until I moved out of New York to go and study in a different school and study in a different part of the world. So the internet was a very explorative tool when we were on it, because everything was innovative. We just freaking had dial-up. We had chat rooms, and we could talk to people on the other side of the world, and all these little niche subcultures popped up, on the internet. Like you said, with the anime click, the anime sites, the anime streaming places where you could watch stuff, because a lot of stuff wasn't English dubbed yet. And you could have conversations with children who were from Japan, China, like, oh yeah, this has been out. Oh, manga is this, and you could read this here. You can get this from this site, and it was mind blowing that we were all in one arena, no matter what age you were. But that also gave you, like, it also added the creepy air of realizing that while I'm in chat rooms thinking that there's only teenagers in there, I'm like, there are 35, 36-year-old men in here trying to get little girls to talk to them. I didn't realize until I was done having a conversation with a man where I think I talked to him at least 3 or 4 times where I thought he was a teenager, and turns out he's talking about he has kids. The man was like 40 years old. And I had to realize from them, like, wow, like we're in an arena now where both men and women, girl, boy, we're all smushed together, and everybody's getting excited about, little hoo-hoo childish, or what would be considered childish thing, because we still have that childlike nature to us, but the element of maturity has been repressed. The childlike wonder, the childlike hysteria over things is what's being promoted, as 100%. Opposed to now you got to get into like your rational mind. You got to chill out, and yes, you can be excited, you can find joy in it, but to be lost, to lose your maturity and lose your mind and your sense of self to the hysteria, the hysterics, or the spectacle of things is showing that we're not, as like I said, we're not as mature as we think we are.
Right. All right, we're about to close it down soon. See, UG, we start talking, we just be talking. We just go in. We just go in, and we don't even talk about nothing that we were supposed to talk about. Just, hey, what's up? Yo, actually, this is what we're gonna talk about now.
We can squeeze it in, so we still have a little bit of time.
We got a little bit of time. What I've seen is a lot of people have been divided by this pandemic on what is real, what is not real. People have been divided by the class. Like, even I've seen some rappers that been out for a while, and now they're up, and now they're hanging with people that, and this always happens, but they start hanging with people that more successful or richer than them, and they're supposed to be speaking for the people in the hood, and those guys are starting to get shunned. Like
Yeah.
Meek Mill is one of them. He's starting to get shunned. He's trying to help people. He's trying to like, yo, I can help you out. Maybe he try to extend the olive branch.
Right.
Nobody wants to hear it. Nobody wants to hear it because he's already made so much money, and now everybody in the hood is fucking starving for the most part. If you ain't got a decent job, like you got blessed. You know you blessed. You know, oh shit, my job, I just got to be home with it now. Now I got to deal with this. I got to deal with everybody at home while I'm working. But outside of
Juggling
that, at
home and work.
least, right, at home, you juggling home and work at home. And that, that's like, it takes a lot of strength to do that. But at least you got a check still coming in. You ain't get cut off. You ain't just be like, yo, no work for you.
Yeah. Yeah. And there are people that went through that. So I guess it's a weird thing, like I don't like doing that whole thing where it's like, oh, you don't appreciate that you have legs until you see somebody who's doesn't have legs, who have their legs amputated. Like, it doesn't take loss for me to realize that I should be grateful. And I try to remind myself that you could be in much worse straits than you are right now. And I've already done the homeless stint. It's kind of part of why I'm like, yeah, I didn't mind. As much as people might say because of my appearance, let's say they will wonder, like I said, it's visible that, my teeth are damaged. And like, oh, well, why would you want to be in front of a camera, when you look the way that you do? I'm like, because I don't care. The point of me doing this is for me to be, is the fact that I am thankful that I've had encouragement from the people that I care about to do what I think I'm okay at, I'm all right at. So just you, like, you encourage me. P's encouraged me. Richard, there have been how many people who are in the chat, Maria, Happy Daisy, Chicken, like all the people that are in P's community, all the people that are in Rich's community who are like, okay, well, you sitting here popping off in Richard's chat, why don't you do your own freaking thing then? And so I'm like, I'm not going to let something as superficial as that hold me back. If people want to get at me, you can get at me. But the point is that people are looking for someone to relate to because other people are not really always relatable. And so now, like, I guess like the hero system is kind of shifting because at one point, yeah, you used to look up to the people that were in your hood. You used to look up to the rappers that was in your hood. Now people are looking up to freaking politicians and scientists and all the other stuff because they've canceled all the other Pete pointed it out before that, they've canceled all the other sports. So of course now people are rallying to the new arena, which is politics and science, and we're not even in depth, but we're arguing about the shit. It's like, this is what blows my mind. But yeah, but like I said, but I'm grateful that that I'm able to be at home and do several of the things that I said that I've always wanted to do. And come what may, no matter how successful they are, they're the successes that I tried. I did it. So I don't really care. I'm thankful that I did it.
Right. I feel you. I'm the same way, girl. Like, I'm just doing shit. And it got to the point because the way I am is like, I got a million ideas. Mm-hmm. I don't got enough time or money for all the ideas that I got. And that used to drive me up a fucking wall because I literally have a bunch of shit that I really want to do. And it's like, damn, if I had the money all the time, damn, I'd be. And I'm tired of that shit. So just do what the fuck you could do right now. Then if the opportunity presents itself later, then you walk through that door. Like, that's it. That's all I can do. Do for today and hope a little bit, not big hope, just a little hope for tomorrow. That's it. Just do for today, little hope for tomorrow. That's
how I'm you work in faith today, tomorrow you have something to look forward to because whatever you did today is going to do something tomorrow.
And that's it. Just just add a little bit here, a little bit there. But for me, it was like, cause I'm sitting here, I rap like for now, like right now I got a new video that I'm gonna put out tomorrow. That ain't got no lyrics on it. That's not a lyrical song. Right. That's a production. That's production. That's just me doing beats for the first fucking time.
Clap it up.
That's what's up. But at the same time, it's like, it's an extension of me. This is what I like. This is also how I am. I make rap music that sounds like this, but listen to the production that I do for myself that's just music's for you to listen to, vibe to, meditate to, smoke weed to, trip out to, whatever the fuck, and just I'm doing that there too. I'm doing a podcast. A podcast is, I haven't even gotten a footing on the shit because I'm like, I'm all over the place as a person. So
Mm,
little by little, I'm like, all right, I learned this about me. Little by little, I learned that about me. You get what I'm saying? While I'm creating, I just
yeah.
have like the anxiety comes from like, I don't know when that camera turns on who I'm gonna be. And at the end of the day, I'm still me, but I just
Mhm.
trick myself to be like, oh shit, I don't want to be an asshole to UG. I don't want to say no bullshit to somebody. I don't want to say nothing that's gonna rub, anybody the wrong way. But at the same time, I do want to be me.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you don't want to bring like more inauthenticity to anything that you know that you love because like this is your opportunity for it to be like it's therapeutic, for you to like kind of like feel like yeah, like I got that off. I feel good now. Like so
Right.
it does take. And that's what I said to me. I know that you said that you're nervous with it. I don't see that. Like I get that. I get the professionalism. I get the ability to deal with like having to change things in a pinch and have to roll with the unresponsive crowd or unresponsive interviewee or whatever. Like all these things are things that you're kind of like you're honing your skills right now. Just like you suit me when I was like, you know what? I don't know what the hell I'm doing with my channel really. I know that my intent kind of is falling into the I just want people to be cool. If you want to come to my channel and kick it, if you want to talk about some metaphysical things, because that is something that I think is cool, or talk about some spiritual things, that's something that I think is cool as well. Like I said, I'm always running my mouth in other people's chats. So if people want to come and run their mouth with me, and yeah, it might be some crackpot stuff. Yeah, it might be some weird stuff, but it's what makes us have some level of grounding where we feel okay. We feel like we're around people we could talk to, who we can at least entertain what we don't know. And there are not many spaces where you can confidently entertain things that you do not know, including things that you don't know about yourself. If something
Right.
wild comes out on camera, like shit, okay, well, I guess I felt some kind of way about that. And all you can do is chalk it up to, well, now I know that I got to be careful with who I bring on here because they put me in a certain space, or I got to maintain my space no matter what person comes on to chill with me and all that. Like we're learning as we go. We're not professionals about it, but we are authentic. We're authentic with it. So that's really, I think, to me, the most important element of it.
Yeah, you're right. You put it in better words than I can. I'll just be like, yo, I'll be trying to be me so y'all motherfuckers could be
Yo,
y'all.
that's
That's
really
it.
it.
That's it. I'm goofy. I'm funny. I'm clever. Sometimes I'm retarded. I'm stupid. I don't know any better.
Right.
And
That's all of us, though.
I'll do one of these if I need to. They'll be like, what the fuck that is.
Right.
So how we gonna prepare and survive for the 2021?
For the
What we
2020,
doing?
right? In the 2021. Good Lord. No.
2021.
Get it popping. Back that ass up. Try to find somewhere
Well,
where you can party. Have
well,
fun.
I mean, what we gonna do? A lot of these movies they told us about 2020, but they didn't really tell us about after. So how we gonna learn? How we gonna prepare?
That's a wonderful question. Because I damn sure don't now. I don't know. Like, I think that's the only thing that we can do at this point is like go into 2020 being okay. That's it. Do your best to be okay with sitting in that. You know what? I don't know, but whatever is coming, I'm gonna be ready. So like I said, I'm gonna hit these squats. I'm gonna make these games. I'm gonna make this art. I'm gonna create this music. I'm gonna do whatever. So hey, if it comes worst to worst, which I don't want it to, I pray it doesn't. But if worst to worst is some shit really goes down, at least we can say no regrets. Whatever this life was meant to be, it's gonna be what it's gonna be, whether we like it or not. So
Right,
the only thing that we can do is make it through whatever it's gonna be.
right. No, I feel you. I feel like to prepare with all the shit that's going on, you just gotta work on you little by little, like this much a day. That's it. It's this much a day you work on you, and this much a day you work on something for tomorrow. That's
Yeah,
it. Fuck
yeah,
all the bullshit. fuck outside. The only thing that I can say, like, if you're missing out on money, then you're gonna have to figure out how to do it. If you creative and you're doing something, sell something, make something that can create value for somebody else's life, or just fucking find yourself a job. There's actually jobs out there. You know what I mean, UG? In some places, I don't know about New York, but over here there's jobs. People don't want to because they don't think, they look at the, oh wait a minute, I'm getting this much from unemployment, and they still think, oh, maybe my unemployment will come back, because some people's unemployment was finished. My shit was finished. I had to go back to work. I had to go back to work. I don't care. But some people shit, they're still waiting for that unemployment to kick back in. And the truth be told, I don't know how much of that is going to kick back in, guys. I really don't fucking know, because the people that were voted in, that everybody praised and glorified, are not out for your best interest. I don't know how y'all got swindled, if y'all voted for them or not. I don't know how you got swindled in that direction. You should know that none of these people are out for our best interest. But these dudes on this side are definitely not fucking with us. They're about the bag. They're about control, power. They think they know better, and they trying to tell you. So instead of them, they don't even know you, but they're trying to tell you how to live your life and what you should do.
Exactly. Yeah.
And part of that is fucking up everything else in the world. So you not happy. So you fucked up in the game, and you could submit to whatever they trying to sell you. You know, and that goes for everything. Backs, the fucking little stupid mask. And we wear the stupid mask, but we're in there like, oh, now we're wearing a stupid mask that we don't even want to wear, because we don't even know. We can't even trust you. We can't even trust you. We wish we could trust you, but you ain't give us no reason to fucking trust you. So now what are we supposed to do?
Exactly.
Act dumb?
Well, but that's the thing. Like, to me, I feel like a lot of people are. Like, a lot of people don't want to face the fact that we might be dealing with people that do not care about us. They care about ruling us. They don't care about us. They don't care, about your child that can't hug their own friends or see their own friends anymore. They don't care about, the time that you spent with your family on, every Sunday getting together for dinner. They don't care about people who are sitting at home alone right now, who are mentally unwell, and their faith in life and faith in people is dwindling by the day, and people are taking it. They don't care. And there are some people like, well, no, this is just what they're doing temporarily. This is what we have to make it through right now. But the thing about showing that you can endure hard times is the people who impose the hard times don't let up once you prove that you have a tolerance for pain. And that's one thing. If the abusive situations that I've been in my life have taught me nothing else, is the more that you prove that you can muscle up and you can take it, you can buckle down and pull yourself up by the bootstraps, you're going to be pulling until you get rope burn on your fingers, or you're going to wind up hanging yourself by those very bootstraps, because that is the tangle that you're being involved in, while other people feel that they're just pulling strings for their own best interest. They don't realize how many people, they don't understand the weight of their influence and how many people's lives are being upended by what they're doing. And even if they do understand, I think that it's a moot point compared to the profit they see that they can make from the madness, the pandemonium that's spreading all over.
100% UG. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate you so much. You killed that shit. You body that shit. Yes, we cannot be worried about these people. They're not out for our best interests, guys.
I care about this.
Do we
little
know
lady.
them?
I care about this little lady right here.
Hi. Oh, what's up? What's up?
I care about you. I care about the people in the chat. I care about the children who can't go to school. I care about people who are at home pissed off and just want to wear a mask, as long as it means that they can have their lives back. I understand where people are, but we got to remember that we're all human, and we're all human. At the same time, we're so much more than human, and we have the ability to aspire toward more. Just because, like, we look at like the idea of like a higher self or whatever, some like mystical woo concept, but I feel that we have like a spiritual intuition, just like we have an emotional intuition. That's what we learned through abuse. So maybe through these great offenses, we'll finally get back in touch with our spiritual intuition and say, hey, we don't have to rely on you guys to give us empty promises that ultimately ruin the world. I'm gonna rally with the people in my town, and we're gonna make it through this. I'm gonna rally with the people on my block. I know the people in my building. I know my neighbor. I know the people across this whatever. I know the people down here on the ground, down here on Earth. We Earthlings, we people are more than this low behavior that we're demonstrating, and we have the capacity to do more. And it's not some stuffy concept that we can't ever aspire to. I don't think we've done so much already. And like this slam on the brakes of evolution, this slam on the brakes of spiritual evolution, I think need to come off. We need to lift the brakes off of our spiritual growth and actually get to a point where we are trusting that feeling that we are more than this, and we're showing each other that we're more than this.
Right. No, that's now you just making me think about like another idea that I have. I'm thinking eventually in my life, if I live long enough, I'm probably gonna start a church, and we're gonna have mushroom sacraments, and we're gonna wake these motherfuckers up in the right way with a little bit of mushroom at a time. Yo, go talk to this person. He's gonna sit you down and talk to you about your life and get you caught up on what things are doing, what's happening in the world. Because I think we need it. I think people do need some type of psychedelic to open up their mind, to open up their vision, to see a bigger picture. Because like I used to see in a pretty decent sized picture, I thought. And then I took psychedelics, and that shit opened my shit up, and it was like, oh shit, so
Exactly.
And I can see how that can create anxiety and panic, but
it's the blinders. Be thankful that the fear is there, but once the blinders come off, that revelation is like, I'm in this bitch. Like I'm in here. Like I really gotta do something to give appreciation to the fact that I have life.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's so many living people around me. There's so many things growing around me all the time. And to walk around to walk around numb to all that this life can give, like we wasted a lot. I get it. The years that I have to look at, even personally speaking, my own life, the stupid things that I did when I was younger, I wouldn't want to repeat them at all. I would love the feeling of like how great it felt to be naive and doing crazy stuff in a moment. Once you realize that, hey, this is kind of dangerous, maybe I can find ways to enjoy myself that don't include danger. Maybe I can find ways to enjoy myself that don't include me abusing myself or abusing the rights of anybody else. I can just learn to enjoy life, and it doesn't have to be some crazy production. It can be like a really organic experience that at the end of it, I'd be like, damn, like, yo, I did that shit. Like I lived my life. I lived a life. Like I met people. I danced with people who were like, my cousin said such a beautiful thing while we were having a discussion the other day. Shout out to sis.xo. That is on Instagram. But my cousin was like, yo, if I got to pray with meditate with the Buddhists, dance with the with the Polynesians, and and give bow my head at a wailing wall with somebody in Israel or whatever. If I got to experience everyone else just doing what they feel, spiritually, what they feel inclined to do spiritually, just to behold that is a dope ass life, in my opinion.
Right. No, you're right. You're right. I mean, like part of my life experiences is what made it dope. Having those certain type of life experiences from different lenses, just like I'm a city cat. I've been in the country. Like right now, I'm kind of in the country. This isn't the country. Like it can get worse. It can get way more country than this. But like, look at me. I'm saying worse because I'm a city dude. So I'm like, it can get worse. But
I could be in
what I mean? But right, I could be in the sticky sticks, like the sticks out here, but it could be in the real sticks. Like I know I've been in those spots where you pull up to a fast food restaurant and they look at you funny, like, not you, brown boy, not you.
Coming from, right?
Right, they wouldn't even want me to order the Hardee's from them. I couldn't even eat no Hardee's with y'all. Like, damn. But no, thank you, UG. We gotta end this shit now. This is what's happening. Me and you gotta talk like once a month or some shit because we got a lot to say.
I'm just
Look,
gonna bring you. I gotta come on my channel next, and then I said I also want to get Rin in here because Rin's been doing her thing too. Like all of us little podcasters or would be podcasters that's
right. No, we doing our thing. We making our moves. I'm about to be on Ren's shit too. I'm gonna be on yours, and I'm gonna get Ren on mine. So we're gonna get that popping.
I'm
Thank
looking
you,
forward to
UG.
it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, mad love.
Thank Right. Thanks Bye. Thanks everybody in the chat. Thank you for your time and attention. I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all leave a comment, do the like thing, do the share thing, do whatever you gotta do to help
Mad
out.
love.
I appreciate y'all.
And thanks
All
everybody
love.
in the new year.
Shamanic Poe, UG Rose, out of here.